Carl Jung warned 100 years ago that science is a wonderful tool and it only works harm when it is seen as the only thing. So I think that we suffer from that in modern psychology. I mean, I got interested in psychology like in the 70s when I started working with my dreams and I knew a Jungian analyst, and I did that work for like years and years and years and years. I think it kind of made me who I am really in a lot of ways. And then I couldn't wait. I got an opportunity to go to study psychology, and well, where's the class on dreams? What? There's no such thing. So I still use that, and whenever patients always bring me dreams, I don't really even ask that often, but they always come in. I had this weirdest dream. I said, "Oh, well, let's talk about it because I love working with dreams. And I kind of know a lot about that because I have a lot of experience with that." So it seems rather foolish that there's no education, at least in the schools that I attended, where they would even talk about such things, because it's just...
Dreams are part of the human experience, and dreams are archetypes and metaphors, which is what astrology is. It's all the things that are in a chart are all the basic ingredients of what it means to be human. We all have emotions. We all have a brain where we use words, how we communicate. All of these things are part of the pieces that make us what we are. And it's kind of foolish to think that we wouldn't have some sort of design to the magnificence of what each of us have been created to do and be. And we have a particular role in life, something we're meant to do. And if we can make that journey smoother, that's, I think, the way to go. So with astrology, there was an article in The Economist in November. I don't think I told this to you before. That was actually proving scientifically that the planets, there's a connection with what they're doing up there and what's happening here on Earth, that all of those bodies in space are moving and they have a torsion field to them. So anything in motion causes vibrations or waves. They literally, for the first time ever, have noticed that there is a correlation with as above, so below, which has been said for thousands of years. And that's basically what astrology is. It's a vibrational imprinting system. And when we look at the moon, which regulates the tides, that's because the moon has a gravitational pull with all bodies of water, and we're like 80 or 90% water. There's a correlation. It doesn't mean that during a full moon people are going to go crazy, but there are more heightened things. You can ask anybody who's in a police station or a school or a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, there's something about this whole system. It's a solar system. It's a human design system. EMDR is a system. But what's nice about all of the combinations is that it's physical. It's just not, up here in the head. It's a physical thing that goes on. And you're integrating all of it with EMDR.
Right. And I think it's a tragedy that people don't pay attention to their dreams. They don't journal anymore. We're just on these phones, and it's just silly. And we lose this richness of what it means to be human. Like the human psyche, they talk about cognitive therapy, change the way you think, and it'll change the way you feel, and here it sends you on your way. And that just limits this kind of vastness of the human psyche to just distill it down to these couple things. And that's it. And it's...
Or write a prescription and just get on a drug for it.
Right.
Not that there isn't a place for that sometimes, but if you can
Right.
get to the core root, that's why functional medicine is so popular now, because it's integrating the whole body. And I think that's part of what EMDR and astrology, these are up and coming new topics, I think, for people who are hungry for peace, because we don't have a lot of that in our world right now, internally or externally. Everyone is so anxious, wouldn't you say? Most people.
Oh, you could feel it in traffic.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. So we need tools that will make us feel calmer about being here and what we're here to do. And if you know your life is on purpose, and you're doing what your chart would like you to do, to me that's pure flow, pure happiness if you can do that. And that's how I got into astrology. An astrologer looked at my chart at age 19 and said, "You're incredibly creative. What are you doing?" I hadn't taken any art classes, no writing classes. So she completely redirected my life, and I don't know what would have happened to me if I had not met her. So I feel that way now, working with my clients. What an honor it is to do this work, which I know you feel the same way.
The transformation process is in 6 steps, And those 6 steps are kind of modeled by the Western religions, Judeo-Christian religions. And when people have a religious view and you sort of explain it that way, then they're kind of all in. It has a whole different meaning than I'm just going to move this information from your amygdala to your hippocampus and you're going to feel better. Okay, that's one view. But the other is, no, we're going to dismantle this old self that's not working anymore. It doesn't work anymore. And it's like the saying, you have to lose your life to save your life. So you're losing this old life that's not working, and you go through this period of confusion, and then there's this kind of rebirth, this kind of new person at the other end. And they use this born again thing in all these in the Christian religion, but this is a rugged, rough, psychological kind of battle. But you do get to this new place. This, you can call it born again or rebirth, or whatever you want to call it. But once they understand it from that perspective, then it's more of a mysterious, spiritual kind of quest instead of just moving the information from the amygdala to the hippocampus and then you don't think about it anymore and you'll feel better. I mean, that's fine if you're an atheist or if you don't believe in such things, but when people do have a spiritual belief, and they often do, and you sort of frame it like that, then they're all in. Let's go, And I think, like you're saying, I think people are longing and craving this kind of connection to something greater than themselves and in this journey, so they can see this kind of microcosmic journey that they're taking on that's really part of the universal kind of thing.
Well, that's why astrology is so beautiful as a way of understanding what we're here to do. What a beautiful thing to be able to tell someone, you were born to have this magnificent life, which we all have a magnificent life if we are here. There's a purpose for us being here.
Right.
And that's a great thing to know.
Yeah, we got cool jobs.
Yes.